Hey, what's up, everyone? The Beard here. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you all very much for tuning into my channel. Um, I really do appreciate it. I mean, words can't even say how grateful I am. Um, I got a good, decent amount of subscribers, in my opinion, for who I am. And, my videos are a little different. They don't really pinpoint one thing. It's like a variety show. But I'm glad you guys tune in. I love you all for the support. And I hope this video helps you tonight. This video is about a 2011 MacBook Pro. And you guys know they have some problems. And tonight, I'm going to show you how to fix some of those problems with a couple hacks. So stay tuned. And Beard Style is going to show you how to resurrect your old computer, your old Mac computer. Stay tuned. Thanks. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a 2011 MacBook Pro. It's got like 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's got the i7 processor in it. And if anyone knows anything about computers, this is the model that's notorious for video card issues. So, and the magnetics are crazy on this thing. Trying to get this thing, there we go, the pop up. So, here it is in all its glory. So I'll tell you the story about this Mac. I always wanted a Mac. I got an iMac. I always wanted a MacBook Pro. Couldn't afford to have the MacBook Pro prices because they're kind of expensive. So I saw a guy with an ad. He had this particular one for sale. He wanted $200. Then he dropped it to $150. Of course, I tried to get it even cheaper than $150, and he wouldn't budge on it. He says he didn't know what was wrong with it. It would boot, and then it would just keep booting over and over. Boot loop. What do they call it? Like a boot looping mode. Okay, well, whatever. I figure what the hell do I know? I'm not a computer expert. I know my way around a little bit, but I figured, it's probably the hard drive. So, get it back to the house. Reinstall the operating system back onto it after probably about 3 hours. That took forever. And I kind of thought to myself, I was like, you know what? I want the video cards bad in this thing. And this is before I researched it. Well, of course, come to find out on the 2011 models and other Mac models that the video cards are notorious on these things. And of course, it was. I had a defective video card. So I got it actually running, but then when I would start running high-def graphics, it would crash. So I'm like, at this point, son of a bitch, I was like, all right, he got me. Well, guess what? Ain't nobody getting the damn Beard. You ain't getting me. Because I'm the king of rigging stuff up and making things work. If you think you can screw me over, you got another thing coming. Because I'll find a way to fix it or make it work. And that's exactly what I did. So any of you guys out there that has one of these old MacBooks laying around, I'm going to show you 2 little hacks that I did on this that might help you resurrect your MacBook. So, first things first, the graphic problem. There's 2 issues with these computers. First is the graphic problem, which really you can't do anything about. Now, there's 2 options here. The first one is going in the command prompt and disabling the AMD shitty graphics card, the GPU they put into this thing, because these computers have 2 video cards in them. They have the onboard, which is a Intel HD 3000, and then they have the NVIDIA card, which is kind of like a turbocharger to that one. And that's the problem. So yeah, you have to find a way to eliminate that and only get it to run off the integrative card, basically Intel card, which you lose graphic, but you don't lose it by much. Honestly, this thing looks like an old iPad. Let me show you something. Let me put my password in here. Okay. So what you got to do And it's a pain in the ass. Now, if you have one of these laying around, the biggest problem is once you turn them off, when the video card goes bad, it's stuck in that boot looping mode, which oddly enough, and I'll get to my second point with the sound problem with these things, that infamous red light that you get inside the headphone jack that won't let the internal speakers work. So to do that, what I did was, first of all, to get the graphics to work, what I had to do, and I found it actually on YouTube by mistake. I had to run, and you have to do this immediately. If you can get your Mac to actually boot up and get into an operating system with the video card, you have to do this immediately, because if you don't, it could buck at any time. With this Mac, what I had to do, I had it running and then it crashed again, and it would not start up. Unfortunately, a lot of the guys were taking the circuit boards out of here and they were throwing them in the oven, or they would send them out for repair. Actually, what I did to get this one working, I didn't do any of that. I took a heat gun, took my chances, and actually where the video card was in the back, where the chip is, on the back side of it, I just heated up the circuit board and let it cool. Funny enough, it did the trick. It let me reinstall it wouldn't boot up, but it did let me reinstall the operating system, because it wouldn't do shit. Took a couple hours, did what it did, got to this point. Once I got to this screen, here's how you got to keep that video card off. Got to download this little program. They have different versions. This is version 2.1, as you can see. It's called GFX Graphics Card Status. And then what this does, you see it's set to the Intel card. You have little settings here where you can do integrated or dynamic switching or discrete. You want to set your shit to integrative only, and it will only use your Intel card. If anyone's familiar with this, all you literally have to do, it's a little difficult. It's not hard, but you have to find it. And I would recommend using 2.1 or one of the older versions. This one, I had it on here before I redid it, and this must be even an older version of what I was using, but it actually still works. And then you just set them. You don't want to update it. I wouldn't do updates, just leave it alone. And basically you just check those two boxes under your general, and really that's it. You just run this program, make sure this I is in the back, because it will switch. If you see it's on a D, hurry up and put it back to integrate. And you need to leave it on that in order for this to work. Another trick is, with all this being said, once you set this video card into play, you can't turn this machine off. I can't turn this off. I have to literally put it in sleep mode, because if I shut it down and restart it, it may not start again, because the program's not going to run. So it's very important to remember, if you run that card status in the background, you can't turn this machine off. If you want to shut it down, you have to go to sleep, and you put it to sleep. You never turn it off. So that's how I fixed that problem. So far, it's been working great. Another issue I had was sound. I had a sound problem. Apparently these things have sound issues as well. You go inside the little jack here, the headphone jack, and there's little switches, I guess, and they end up interfering with the onboard sound speakers. Well, after getting online 100 different times and a couple resets of this computer, they recommend what you do is take a toothpick and you stick it in the hole, and if you wiggle it around enough, see, inside the headphone jack, you got I think maybe three or so, I don't know what they are, I guess switches or pieces of metal, whatever. Anyway, they trigger when you plug headphones in to activate the headphones and disengage the integrative sound. But sometimes the switches get stuck and they don't want to work. Well, this was a chronic problem for this Mac. And I would always have to stick something in that damn hole to activate the switches for the onboard sound. It was driving me fucking crazy. Anyway, what I did was, and you guys are going to laugh because I said to myself, I said, you know what? I found the point of what was causing the problem. I said, but if I only had something I could put in there to kind of use to put pressure on it and kind of like hold it in place so it would stay open, closed, whatever it needed to do for the integrated speakers to work. Anyway, after some long thought process, here's what I came up with. I took one of these toothpicks that look like this, and I basically I needed a shim, like a finger. That's a finger. It's a plastic finger. And I said, that'll work great. So I took it and I cut the tip off of it. And I wedged it inside the hole where the damn headphone jack goes. Now you got to be real careful because you can't push that thing all the way in. If you do, it's going to get stuck. You'll never get it out, and then you'll be fucked. You have to push it in just enough to where you can take a pair of tweezers and get that son of a bitch out of there. So essentially what I did was I cut the tip, stuck it in there, and just started turning. And I started turning it until the sound came on. And then once the sound came on, bam. No problems. No problems at all. It's got sound. I go to YouTube. I don't want to copyright infringe, so we will go to one of my videos. And you'll see. It works good. No problems with the sound. So, yeah. So basically, I just ran this program in the background to fix the graphic problem. And it still will go up to 720. As you guys see, it's still 720. It's not crazy, but it works. If you just need a computer just to work, if you need to just get something to get by and you got one of these laying around, don't give up on it. I didn't give up on this. I thought the guy screwed me. I bought it for 150 bucks because I said, oh, this is a steal. I can fix this. And I thought I got fucked. But I was a little smarter than what I thought I was. And yeah, I ran that program in the back to fix the graphics and fix the sound issue with a goddamn, pardon my French, I fixed the sound issue with a damn toothpick. So if you guys got a 2011 MacBook laying around and you want a couple hacks and tricks, you feel like busting out the old girl, I highly recommend it. Because I got this one working. You just, again, don't update it. You got High Sierra, whatever it is, don't update it. And don't shut the damn thing off. Just let it go to sleep. If you have an issue where it's just in boot looping mode and the video cards is just completely done, flip the son of a bitch over, go to the rear, and I'll show you exactly what I did. I took this case off. Right here in the middle is the video card chip, but on the board it's facing underneath, so you have to pull the board out. I didn't do that. I took this board out, was very careful, and took a heat gun just for a little bit, not much, just to heat it up. And I got lucky, and I just heated it up. It just went over right down the middle of it, so it wouldn't heat any plastic or anything up. Went down the middle and got it to boot and got it to work. So if you guys like the video, man, hey, leave me a comment, subscribe, and I like these Macs. I like these old Macs. I like a challenge. If you guys need any help or have any questions, please feel free to shoot me a message down in the box. I can try to help you with whatever I can. And start busting out those old MacBooks, man. And stop letting them collect dust and get them working again. I got mine working, and I only paid $150 for it. So, till next time, I'm the Beard. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.